The dwarf's armor looks as if it weighs half a ton, yet he moves with alarming ease. You note his insignia, a snarling wolf.
Browse the shop as you please.
The dwarf stands straight and tall, or at least as tall as a dwarf can manage.
I'm a member of Her Majesty Queen Justinia's Royal Regiment. Special Officer, rank 1, sir. I'm not at liberty to discuss that, sir.
Through his visor, you can only see his eyes, but there's something in them that belies the steely exterior. The guard's breath catches. He squeezes his eyes shut, blinking away the pain. When he speaks, it's in a low whisper.
Please, stop talking, please. This is the wedding day of the daughter of the merchant Ross. Her Royal Highness Justinia, the breath and balm of Duna, detailed us to protect the guests.
He winces, the pain evident.
We failed. I'm told Justinia is safe. Thank the gods. But whether she's inside after all the commotion, I can't say. I pray Ross found her a suitable hiding place. The whole kingdom could have been lost to the Voidwoken there and then. You and me both, mate. You and me both. You know what the funniest part is? The shop is still open. You believe that? The shop's still open. Go on, do your shopping.
The guard curtly nods.
Oh, please do.
Sacred anymore? Or should do a stock take. Maybe tidy the shelves. Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry, it's been, quite a day. You need a hand with anything, let me know. Oh, of course. You won't find better in all of Arx. I can promise you that. Not bad, eh? Oh. The wedding? By Duna. Haven't you heard? I'm so sorry. There's been a tragedy. You can head into the garden to see for yourself, if you've the stomach for it. Not sure how much longer I'll be here, but if you've a need of supplies, let me know. You and me both. Worked for Ross for a decade. I'd half expected an invitation of my own. But even with half of Arx lying dead in his garden, he still wants the shop open. Then again, if I'd been at the wedding... The fact that the boss loves counting his pennies is probably the only reason I'm breathing. That said, it doesn't feel right to be hawking wares with that next door. Job's the job, though. Can hardly leave Arx with naught but empty pockets. Don't know much. Everyone was out in the garden for the wedding. I was watching the shop and then... Guards were everywhere, but those beasties just cut through them like butter. Boss said to keep the doors open, but But truth be told, I feel ill just standing here. By Duna, closing can't come fast enough. Take care of yourself.
I'm lucky I was posted indoors. That I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden. Hold it right there. Private wedding party. No entry. Are you? Well, I've got bad news for you then. There's been a tragedy. You better be on your way. We've had enough trouble for one day.
She peers closely at you.
All right then. Apologies for the delay. You may step inside. I'll warn you though, it's no party in there.
Voidwoken, here! And who'll clean up that mess in the garden? It'll be me, the new guy.
Bloody Voidwoken at a wedding. If that ain't a bad omen, nothing.
Gods, I am so sorry. How could I have known?
She looks up at you with glassy eyes, wiping her tear-streaked face on one brocade sleeve.
A girl's wedding should be the happiest day of her life. I don't know how this could happen. Who would have seen it coming?
She looks down at her feet. Seeing her blood-spattered wedding slippers, her face crumples and tears spring from her eyes.
I should be so happy. Everybody should be so happy. But before we could even cut our wedding cake, there were Voidwoken everywhere. We barely made it indoors alive. But not everyone was so lucky. I can hardly bear to think of them. Their wives and husbands and children back in the kingdom, left to grieve alone. What are you insinuating? We're merchants, not mystics. You should have seen those void monsters. All that blood, all that death. They didn't deserve... We did.
She buries her head in her hands, sobbing uncontrollably.
I can't accept them. I know you mean well, but how can I celebrate now? Voidwoken on my wedding day. At least my loving husband is still with me.
She turns and waves one timid hand to her husband on the balcony. He offers an apathetic grunt in return. She blinks back tears from her pink-tinged eyes.
Please forgive him. He's broken up. It's a lot to take in. We lost so much in the blink of an eye. I have been feeling peaky lately. My darling said it was the rosy glow of a woman in love. But now, I think it was a warning. A sign of the massacre to come.
Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
My poor love. He needs a moment to himself. And who wouldn't? Today should have been so different.
She takes a shuddering breath and idly itches her face. You'd expect her cheeks to be ruddy from tears, but they are pale instead, almost translucent, revealing the vessels snaking underneath. She looks right through you, face slack with grief.
The wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters. I was hired to guard a wedding. Nobody said anything about fighting monsters.
Party's over if that ain't obvious. Best go home.
He looks you up and down.
The sooner the better.
He takes a deep breath, then lets it out again, slowly.
The wedding. Nobody said anything.
Out in the garden. Beautiful sight. Till the Voidwoken showed up. It was a goddamn bloodbath.
My lord, I beg your pardon, but the feast has been cut short due to active gods.
The woman cries on. The dwarf stares grimly into space. Rings adorn his fingers, some of which glitter with ornate rose-tinted jewels. You notice one has a gem missing.
If you'll excuse me, I'd just as soon be left with my thoughts. Yes, it's been a horrendous day. Still, it's a fine match. With her assets and my name, that is to say, we will be a force to be reckoned with.
He glances over at his distraught bride as she takes another sip from her goblet.
Events like today's do have a way of putting things in perspective. There's much to be gained from this alliance. It survived the Voidwoken after all. Out with the old, in with the new, I suppose. Yet... Old Man Ross left the incident quite unharmed.
Love? Duna's beard. Is that what passes for sense among the lower classes? She is quite enamored with me, of course. I can be, well, irresistible. But no. In my family, marriage is a more practical matter. Our union means I can continue my work. Job? Oh, please don't be churlish. I'm no dairymaid desperate for her next meal. I follow my passion, alchemy. Potions which, at a sip, can heal or kill. Can grant strength, speed, or compliance. Which have the power to transform base metal into gold.
He glances across the room, where his betrothed is pouring herself another goblet of wine.
Yes, indeed. Our union will definitely be of value. Even with today's rather dark start.
And how dare you judge me for my actions? What I do here today ensures the survival of my house. It ensures the survival of my work, and I would not give a dog's bark for your opinions. Now leave me be. I would choose the Voidwoken over this company.
That ain't a bad omen. Nothing is.
Something stinks around here.
A statue of a trumpet-playing dwarf, but something about it smells off. The stone smells of granite and rosewater. Beneath the aroma, a familiar smell lingers. You recognize the trumpet. This is the stone smells of granite and rosewater, but beneath the aroma, a familiar smell lingers. Death fog. And then you see it. The horn of the trumpet connects to a pipe. The pipe disappears into the dirt. The scent of death fog comes from under the ground.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow.
So much death on such a lovely day.
The spirit of a guard gazes around the garden sternly. Clearly, he's unaware of his demise. The spirit of an elven dignitary remains seated in a pew where the wedding unfolded. He stifles a disinterested yawn. The spirit of a dwarven attendee attempts to discreetly sip from a goblet of spectral wine he stashed beneath him.
This bouquet is mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit of a dwarf guard patrols the garden, oblivious to the fact that he's dead. Curled upper lip, lightly bobbing head, unwavering gaze. There's no doubting the spirit's distaste of current circumstances. The spirit's sneer intensifies.
A job for the Queen. Now get your scabby lizard mug away from mine.
Curled upper lip, lightly bobbed. The spirit's sneer intensifies. The spirit's expression doesn't change. The spirit turns his head away. Curled upper lip, lightly bobbed. Curled upper lip, lightly. The spirit's sneer The spirit's expression. The spirit raises his head and looks down.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
So many books.
Come on, through it! This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in
I've
the
spotted
eye.
something.
Come on, through it! This bouquet's mine. Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the eye.
The spirit of a dwarven lady stands eagerly by, as if she's waiting to catch a bouquet. The spirit shoos you away absently, her gaze fixed intently on the arc that the bouquet is taking through the air. The spirit of a dwarf watches the ceremony with a scowl. He tugs at his ornate collar in an effort to loosen it.
Get in my way and you'll get an elbow in the
The
eye.
spirit of a dwarven lady remains rapt by the since-interrupted wedding ceremony. She dabs away some tears.
I'm lucky I was posted indoors. That I'd be drawing breath now if I was in the garden.
A well-dressed dwarf woman lies on the cobbles, giggling drunkenly to herself.
I wish I was bloody homeless. Then I'd be home already. No, I was at a wedding. Beggars kicked me out. Said I was causing a scene. Ha! Void walking. Good one. You're a regular. The usual fuss. The groom's a local alchemist, marrying the daughter of some big shot merchant. They'd hardly kick out their own flesh and blood, would they? I barely know any of them. Friends of business acquaintances.
I welcome newcomers and natives alike.
All I did.
What the? I was sure I saw a torchlight down there.
I build a wall and they knock it down. Build a wall, knock it down. Still, keeps me busy.
Clear off. Need to keep the way clear. Ain't no getaway happening here. And if there is, I ain't involved. Get it? Ain't no one going nowhere, far as you're concerned. Now clear off. You're in the way. Good. Now clear off. You're in the way.
Greetings. I am Cranley Hubert. I assume no further introduction is required. Oh, come now. Surely you heard of my writing, or my work with the Historical Guild of Arcs? No? For show? Of course I've read all of them. What do you take me for? I'll wager you don't know a fraction of what I've gleaned from a lifetime of reading. Let's see. 3 major houses govern the ancient empire. There's the House of Law, the House of War. Now, what's the third? No, no, no. I'm afraid that my reservoir of knowledge remains the deepest. Now, perhaps you'd like to return outside and consort with... No, no, no. I'm afraid that my No, no, no. I'm afraid that my... Well, that was a rather straightforward one. You'd have to be an utter dolt to have not heard of the House of Dreams. Another question, then. In what year was our savior, Lucian the Divine, taken from us? Correct. Perhaps I'm still being too easy on you. Any drunk on the street could have gotten that right. Time for a real challenge. Name the first king of the dwarves. Wrong. Clearly you have had some modicum of education in your time. One final question. Answer this correctly, and you can consider yourself a scholar on par with yours truly. Fail, and I shall have to show you my door. The Sorcerer King from times of yore, Brachus Rex, had a twin. What was her name? Stumbled at the final hurdle. How unfortunate. Well. I must confess, your knowledge is impressive. Please, allow me to invite you to join me in my private chambers for further intellectual discourse. Excellent. Please, come along. Quite simple, once you know the trick. You place a book onto the pile, and a hatch at the back of the fireplace is unlocked.
I'm telling you, we'll do what we can, but humans are our last resort.
Go on down. I'll be right behind you. My sanctum. True intellect flourishes best in the dark, don't you think? My sanctum, my intellectual womb, my palace of the mind. Welcome, and make yourself comfortable. Pray tell me, what's the darkest, most delicious nugget of knowledge you've come across in your time?
With a mischievous twinkle in his eye, Cranley glances from you to some nearby skill books, rare ones. He raises an eyebrow. Impress him, and we might win a prize, it seems. Cranley Hubert's eyes bulge with amazement.
Oh my, yes. And please, let's not be so formal. Down here, call me Gigi.
He gestures absently for you to select from the skill books as your reward. It seems that the poor fellow is quite taken aback by what you told him. Without another word, he wanders away from you, deep in thought.
Nothing as fragrant as an open sewer, hey?
This place stinks.
Many more of those on my sleeve. More of those on my plate. These godwoken are going to be the death of me.
The proprietress gives you a sweet smile.
You look like someone who's ready for business. You look like someone with an eye for the main chance. You look like someone who needs an investor. I knew it the moment you walked in here. Here comes an enterprising fella, I said to myself. Here comes a man who could take a sum of gold and turn a tidy profit. I can see it in your eyes. Whatever you're up to in the fine upstanding city of Arx, jewel of Lucian's blessed domain, I'd like to back you, financially speaking. But be warned, I demand security. You must make a deposit, and I always recover a debt. You understand, I'm sure. I bid you good day.
She smiles, her sweet smile, dips her head.
Trade or credit? Right. Trade or credit?